There is a moment almost no one prepares you for. You stop doing what you've always done, not dramatically, not angrily. You just stop. And the reaction doesn't match the action. People tense up, conversations shift, the room feels different. Not because you did something wrong, but because something they relied on quietly disappeared. And once this starts, it doesn't resolve quickly or quietly. You didn't announce a change. You didn't confront anyone. You just became less available. And somehow, that was enough. Because when something people depend on vanishes, they feel it immediately. Roles don't come from personality, they come from necessity. Every system, families, workplaces, friendships, organize itself to reduce tension. Someone absorbs conflict. Someone smooths things over. Someone stays reasonable so others don't have to be. Over time, that role becomes you, not because you choose it, but because the system stabilized around it. And once that happens, your behavior stops being optional. It becomes expected. Predictability feels like safety. When people know how you'll respond, they don't have to adjust themselves. They don't have to reflect, and they don't even have to take responsibility. Your role becomes a buffer between them and discomfort, and buffers are hard to give up. And here's the quiet part most people miss: your role isn't just predictable, it's useful. So when you stop playing that role, it doesn't feel neutral. It feels more like betrayal. Not because you hurt anyone, but because you disrupted the balance. They didn't just lose a version of you, they lost a position of advantage. And that loss has to be explained somehow. So the story changes. They'd say, "You're cold, you've changed, you're difficult, you're different now." But what it really means is, you no longer behave in ways that makes my life easier. That's not an accusation, it's a confession. This is where most people doubt themselves. They think, maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe I should explain myself. Maybe I should soften. But explanation is a form of returning. And you didn't become aggressive. You became unavailable for manipulation. And that's why the reaction feels disproportionate, because clarity removes the fog where leverage lives. Systems don't adapt immediately. They test, they provoke, they guilt, they apply pressure, not to punish you, but to see if the old role still works. This is where most people go back, not because they're weak, but because belonging is powerful. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. The discomfort you're feeling isn't failure, it's withdrawal. Only the people who benefited from your old role feel threatened when you stop performing it, and they rarely say that part out loud. That's the trapdoor.